Okay. Hmm. Is this better? Now the game's probably way too quiet. Well, I don't really know what was going on there. So we're just gonna do it this way today. I don't know what the hell was going on with the audio. And it was like the stream was like super crackly and all sorts of shit. This works just fine though. Not exactly what I was hoping to have, but you know, whatever. Live and you learn. I'll try and work on it a little bit after this and see what the hell is the issue. Oh! Pay attention. Okay, I am not paying attention right now. My brain is still most definitely on that, so... Dude, what the hell? Okay. Oh, fuck, I forgot about it. Yeah. I still don't know. Like, why that was doing that. It's really weird. It's gonna drive me crazy. It's gonna drive me crazy. I don't know, I downloaded Streamlabs, kind of got everything all set up this morning, and everything seemed to be going okay, and then the audio was just all out of whack. Do this. Ow! Huh. Ow. So today, as you can... What the... Oh, no, that's not good. Not good. Okay, come on. I'm getting... Alright. Jeez. This is starting terribly. My goodness. Okay. That was bad. Man. Oh my god. My brain is somewhere else right now. Okay. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Whoa. Can everybody hear me and all that out there? Now I'm just super paranoid. I feel like something's wrong with this one now. Okay. All clear. All right. All right. Okay. So in my my attempt to stream via Streamlabs and all that shit. Perfect. Thanks, Jimmy. Also, welcome. I don't know if you've been here before, but welcome. My attempt was to, and my plan still is to talk about the thumbnail that I made for, the original stream. In that you can see it's called the self-ego axis is what that picture is called, and it shows how as we grow from basically infants to an adult, the way that our ego separates from ourself, and ourself is everything about us, right? It's like who we truly are. It's not a who we want to be. It's not who we're trying to be or what we're repressing. It's everything about our psyche as one whole thing. And that is pretty much who we are and how we're acting as a child, right? Like, we're acting in that space of our true authentic self as a child. And as we grow and we decide, certain things make us likable, and certain things make us hireable, and certain things make us attractive, and all this different type of stuff, we start to strip away more and more of our unconscious, and we disintegrate our self from our ego. And you can see that in that picture is the ego popping out, much like the Elden Ring is popping out of the Crucible, all that kind of stuff. So, and this gives us really good insight with Melina representing the self, how she is so lost and confused about what is going on is because the ego, right, the conscious side of America has completely detached from the self, from Melina. So, and you see that in that picture, that final, the kind of the furthest right of that picture is very, there's no longer a connection between the self and the ego. So they're unaware of each other's existence, pretty much. And that makes a ton of sense for exactly why Melina is so confused at the beginning of the game. She really doesn't know what she's supposed to do. She has a vague understanding of like her very early memories, and that she needs to get basically to the base of the Ur tree. And what's happening there is the self is reintegrating with the ego. We've said on here before that the ego, that the Ur tree is a visual representation of the ego. And so her getting closer to it and gaining more understanding of exactly what she's supposed to be doing is her going backwards in that picture, reintegrating in a healthy way the self and the ego. Which is why, like I said, when she gets closer and closer to the tree, the Ur tree, it becomes more and more obvious to her exactly what she's supposed to do. I know in the last stream there was some confusion as exactly to kind of get there was some confusion on how to understand the self relative to the ego and what exactly it was. And I thought that picture did a really good job of giving a visual to that concept. Okay. let's check out the Roseus's axe. Usher of Death, Roseus, who shows the path to the catacombs throughout the lanes between, is depicted on this ritual axe. The dead easily lose their way and have always been in sore need of a guiding hand. And then we also got this last time. Talisman adorned with blue feathers, once used in ancient death rituals, raises defense. The heart sings when one draws close to death, and thus does one cling so tenaciously to life to render up a death worth offering. Then the assassin's cerulean dagger. This charm is modeled after the darkly gleaming blades used in the Night of Black Knives, those which gave the demigods their first taste of death. So both of these we talked about in the previous stream about how certain death-related or unconscious-related items have this kind of, it's a very similar pattern of a long stalk, and then there's kind of branches coming off of it, and those branches kind of representing the different aspects of what we're repressing, right? So the long, main stalk going up and down is like our ego developing, and then the branches coming off of it are the different aspects of ourselves that we repress because we just don't like them about ourselves. We think that people won't like them. They don't do us any good for our ego, all that kind of stuff. And then we also got black knife print. And is that wording the same as the language of light that the Two Fingers uses? On the night of the Black Knife, someone stole a fragment of death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and imbued its power into the assassin's dagger. This mark is evidence of the ritual and hides the truth of the conspiracy. Yeah, I'll check that. Looks pretty much like it. A formless sequence of ciphers comprise its blade. The furtive inscription appears to hang in the air, the language of light spoken by the Two Fingers. Well, the Hindi language, really? Interesting. Interesting. Once I get to Muriel and I give him the Assassin's Prayer book, we might get a little bit better clarification as to some of these things. Huh. Oh. Man, that'd be strange if it wasn't the same, right? How the fuck did I get out of here? We know the two fingers represent opposites, right? Like, that's the two fingers represent this very black and white structure and order of the world. That one is the conscious, unconscious. One is light and dark. You know, all of these things. So it could be that the two fingers. Also have kind of a shadow side to them, and it comes out in the assassins, because the assassins seem to be exclusive to the Round Table Hold. I'm just looking for any sort of map clue as to why that black knife would be here. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Well, I think the black knife assassins are like specifically the ones that we see and that are in the Night of the Black Knives are supposed to be like specifically America's shadow unconsciousness acting, right? Like they come from the same Crept as a Round Table assassin confessor, by the way. Do it. Nope. What a joke. Good God. I gotta get my head out of my ass. Shut up, Jimmy. This whole streaming thing really rattled me. Oh my God. This fight reminds me of the Taurus demon? Not the Taurus demon. From Dark Souls 1, where you go into a tiny little room and it's the guy with the... What's up, Aristo? I'm just getting my ass kicked here. Both Capra Demon, that's it. Yeah. Jesus! Ow. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I got a lot of learning to do with that. I'm trying. I'm trying to focus on the boss, Jimmy. I did it. I did it. Man. And a death root. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I just meant that, like, the way that it's, like, individually those enemies are really easy. But when they all are, like, attacking you kind of chaotically, you get super overwhelmed. Thank you, Jimmy. Okay. Holy moly. Alright. Let's, we'll keep working our way here. Man. 27-minute video. What did I do? There was not a single second of that video that's worth a damn. Huh. Interesting. Oh, really? Oh yeah, Mimic Tier was crazy. Yeah, there's certain elements of this game that I really struggle with. Those guys, onyx and alabaster lords. It certainly could be. I mean, there's two of them right here. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that would be. Above and underground in the same place. Yeah. And we also see ancestral followers. That guy's just jumping around. Yeah. Correct. I guess Ool or Ould? I'm not 100%. Yeah, they're just having fun, frolicking. I wonder what's directly below that tree. Is that true? I mean, it could that could be. These could be just the last of that civilization that that once existed, which would actually make quite a bit of sense. Oh, good God, Jacob. I honestly cannot remember. I know that the statues of the old guy, like, he seems to be, he has one tablet in his hand and one tablet by his feet, and the one in his hand is he's clutching very dearly and very intensely, and the one at his feet seems to be what he is discarding. And we also notice, once we get further down there, that the statue of him is starting to get engulfed by the Erd tree, which could just be another, like, they discarded So let me back up 1 second. So we talked about this earlier, but there is, in the history of religion, the very first thing that we, tablet of tree and tablet of, what? I guess I don't know. In the timeline of and history of religion, the very first thing that we see is this religion or this faith called animism. And animism it's very unstructured. It's very like it's very hippie, right? Like everything has a soul, everything has feelings, everything is connected with one another. That's like amulets and incantations and all this different type of stuff come from animism, because they believe even a bracelet or something like that can have a spirit to it, and it can give you protection, and it can be divine and all this type of stuff. And the antithesis of that animism is structured religion, where there is or more specifically like monotheism, where there is a specific person or deity in charge, and the things underneath of him are not divine. Like there is a specific divinity, and then everything underneath of him. And animism is the opposite. We're all divine. We all have this spirit in us. We all are connected with one another. And what we're seeing here, I think, with the old guy in the statue, is the tablet on the ground is probably supposed to resemble the practice of animism, and then the tablet that he's holding is the more structured order and religion that we see in the world today. And the ancestors followers who once worshipped that religion are kind of still underground in the past, and it would make sense if they were in like the spirit realm and not really alive, and we're just going into like a memory or back in the past. And then what we're seeing here would just be the last remnants of them, and we just killed them all. So, and I think that somebody actually deciphered the tablet on the ground as the tablet of Babylon, or map of Babylon. Which my guess is probably just an Easter egg kind of thing, but I'm not sure. Oh, is that what that means? Imago Mundi? Am I saying that right? Almost certainly not. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. Ow. And in Jungian psychology, and in that picture that I shared with the chat a couple days ago, or maybe even yesterday, as part of the model of Jung's psyche for an individual, there is this thing called the collective unconscious, which is kind of like our ancestors' fingerprints that live within each one of us. It's not something that we ourselves experienced, but it's something that our ancestors experienced and that still has a connection to each one of us. And I think that when we're going down into that specific area, we seem to be tapping into that collective unconscious. And we're seeing civilization and the splits that have occurred from the very beginning all the way up until present moment. And it's basically telling us the story of how we got to where we got to. Hey guys, do me a favor, like the stream really quick. Do it for me. Appreciate you guys. I just killed that, that thing in one go. I think that's pretty good considering where I started today. All right. That Benet access previous memories. It's probably where Frank Herbert got the idea that Benet... Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Who are those people? Hey. I appreciate that, dude. From Dune. Oh, interesting. I've never watched it. Okay, how do I get up there? I'll give it a read, my man. I'll give it a read. Oh, Jimmy. You're the man. Aristo, did you watch the movie then? It's a movie, right? Come on, man, don't kid like that. Yeah. Okay. How the frick do I get up there? Do I have to go that way? No. I have to go from here? That might be. Yeah, I think that's right. Damn! You are a fan. Okay, let's... Really? How do you do that, Justin? Frenzy Cookbook. Rock near the ringleader ever jail. American statue will appear. And oh my god, how does anybody find that stuff up? How do people figure that out? Brewery's woe. Disturbing likeness of a man whose eyes have been gouged out. The corners of his mouth are erupted in an almost flirtatious manner. Attracts enemies' aggression. It is said that the man named Shabriri had his eyes gouged out as punishment for a crime of slander, and with time the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in the empty sockets. Yeah, I would say so. I wonder what the relation of these locations of frenzied villages and things like that, where we see frenzy in the game, relative to other places in the game. Because there's one. Oh, like that. Yeah, it appears that way, but there's got to be something connecting them. Contains techniques discovered in desperation. Yeah, he's patient 0 for sure. Wish we got just a little bit more history on Shabriri. Vagabond set. The Vagabond starting class looks eerily similar to Vike's armor, and what supports this theory is that the Vagabond set is found in the... What theory are you talking about? Wonder why the Frenzied God chose Shiburi and Vike rather than any other demigod. I don't think the outer gods choose people. I think it happens because of the state that the demigod or other person is in. I've never heard that theory. I mean, I think the obvious answer to that is that like if it's a place that we can come from and like we can choose it as the character creation, then we should see that in the world, right? Lord Vike, it seems that you are no lord after all. Then where is he, our true lord, the lord of frenzied flame? We beg you, incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. May chaos take the world. Ow. Dude, that's ridiculous. I wonder why that's like a theory, though. To me, that doesn't really make sense for it to be a theory, because like it makes sense that we would see like those different characters in the game, right? Like if we can pick it in the character screen, then should be able to see them in the real world, because or else you'd have no like backstory as to who we see in the real world. Oh, I'm not saying it's yours. I'm curious as to how that became a thing. Yeah, it's the shape of three fingers for sure. Yep. I would love to. Hit me with it, Justin. Alright, let's see what Vike's War Spear. War Spear singed and blistered by fingers, used by Vike, Knight of the Round Table hold. Like Vike himself, it has been tormented by the yellow flame of frenzy from within. Yeah, I'm under the assumption that like the outer gods, since they are, it's not like despair, depression, like those emotions and those kind of pathologies, they don't necessarily pick you, right? Like they don't single you out. It's based off of how you've interacted with the world and like your current mindset, usually in the face of an issue, and being consumed by one emotion or one thought, and that thought becomes your god, and basically how you exist and live your life. And it's kind of how I see when outer gods quote unquote possess something. Okay, so Justin says, in the age of perfect order ending, Corrin can't comprehend Gold Mask, and one theory is that since the starting class for the Prophet has 6 intelligence or something, and with all the intelligence boosting, so he literally can't comprehend what Gold Mask is saying. Interesting. But like, my guess is when this tragic event happened to Vike, where his finger maiden got killed or died or whatever it is, that he went mad. And because of this, he is consumed by that madness. And visually, and kind of a work of art, the way that's brought to life is through the chaos of the frenzied flame. Like we see this story play out with Irina and Oscar as well. Like they seem to just be two normal people. Oscar finds out that Irina was murdered, and then he completely changes, right? He's almost possessed by this one thought of revenge or whatever it is that drives him mad, and he becomes possessed by that. He wanted to save his maiden, so he took the frenzy flame. You can also use Irina for the cloth thing Vari gives you. Oh, interesting. Oh no, I think he went mad because he cared for his maiden. I think it's as simple as that. I think it's a important relationship in his life that he lost suddenly, and that tragedy struck him to his core. The maidens live to serve the chosen tarnished, sharing their guidance and wisdom, guidance of grace, which would ensure the pair be brought together, or at least such was the promise long ago. Yeah, I mean, if the tarnished, like kind of like what we see, everything attacks the tarnished, right? Like in the when we first went to the Round Table Hold and we talked to Corrin and we looked at his incantations, it says like you won't find any help here in the lands between. So if Vike had only one person he could trust and one person giving him guidance and that one person that was always by his side, to lose that in a place like this, I think would be incredibly traumatic. And depending on what you do with that trauma, right, like it can be a source of good and it can be a source of bad. It can consume you, or you can like build off of it and things like that. Church of Inhibition. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking up. No, that's not. So the definition I got of inhibition is a nervous feeling that prevents you from expressing your thoughts, emotions, or desires. The story that I'm reading into that is that Vike was in love with his maiden and something tragic happened to her, but he never expressed that love. And that's why you see her there and he's with her is the only thing that I can come up with why that would be called the Church of Inhibition. And a common element of this game is when a feeling is being expressed, it seems that the opposite of that feeling is hiding just underneath the surface. So, like if it was love he was feeling before his maiden was killed, it would be hatred that he felt after, like the opposite of love. Getting close to Muriel. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it seems like it's Vare. And that whole clan. Second Ionian War, no prize for the golden, nor for the moon, no prize but atonement, the birth of a vow. Man, the visual storytelling in this is like so well done. Not where I meant to be. Going golden tailoring tools, gold sewing needle. Yeah. Tailoring tools made from gold. Tools brought with the red-haired Radagon when he married into the Carrion line. With these, even demigod attire can be altered at a sight of grace. One of the tools brought by Radagon when he entered into marriage with Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, and joined the Carrion line. Wake up.
You're tarnished, aren't you?
Yes.
I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Muriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
Negative.
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Earth Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Earth Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know. You wish to know more of Lord Radagon. Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
It seems like there wasn't much crossover. It's actually river blindness? What the hell does that mean, Justin? Yeah, it would. It definitely would. The timeline he gives there, it seems like there's not really a very long gap between, like it's almost instant when Godfrey leaves, Radagon takes his place.
You wish to know more of Lady Renala. She is queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her. And then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library. In the end, Lady Renala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire. You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too. Oh, what have we here? Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined. Oh, what have we? Very well, heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined. Oh, very well, heresy is not all things can be conjoined.
Okay, darkness. Incantation of Two Fingers servants who once served as the assassins of the Round Table Hold. Creates a veil of darkness that conceals the caster. This incantation can be cast while in motion. The assassins were themselves once tarnished who had strayed from guidance. And they pursued their duty in the darkness that is without grace. The giant's flame is the flame of ruin, capable of burning the Erd Tree, and so the war against the giants its ruinous blaze was sealed, and guardians were appointed to watch over it. And those guardians were the fire monks. Long ago, Godwin the Golden defeated the ancient dragon Fortisax and befriended his fallen foe, an event that gave rise to the ancient dragon cult in the capital. One of the ancient Erd Tree incantations.
Oh, what very well. That heresy is an old thing. Let's see here. Let's go there. Get that one. No, so I don't think we actually have like anything that like directly states her as a child. Come out one and all from the darkness underground. Let us offer unto the maiden our eyes. That's definitely possible. I think there's enough evidence to support her being a real person that had a birth and all that kind of stuff. I think just in game, the way that we're experiencing her is as she is now. Two Fingers heirloom. Talisman engraved with legendary Legend of Two Fingers raises faith. Fingers cannot speak, yet these were eloquent. Persistently did they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus do we gain the words of our faith.
Yep. Yeah, her kids are definitely I think the two fingers simply are meant to represent the kind of principle of order.
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any Shabiri grape? I'm on a pilgrimage, and when I eat one of those grapes... You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer. You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the founders be upon you.
Yeah, I think it's... I really do think it's as simple as... In order for the developers of the game to explain visually the concept of order... aka duality, they must have thought that two fingers was the way to go about that. So I think when America decided to go down the path of order, and the greater will became the God. When that happened, the way that's orated to us is through the two fingers. Yeah, I mean, essentially, sure. Like they definitely would have been pre-America. Like the concept of order is, you see that like all the way back in basically everywhere we look, right? In an area of the game, there seems to be the theme of going from kind of a state of disorder or chaos into a state of order. Like Fair Missoula, you go from beastmen eating their own to by the end of it they have like a structured religion, and they have kind of this monarchy in place. Same with like what we just discussed about animism. Like it goes from animism, which is kind of a more chaotic, unstructured religion, to a more structured religion. So the concept of order, yeah, long predates America. What do you think caused all this to go underwater? It could be the wars. I think it's sinking into the Lake of Rot is kind of how because we know the Lake of Rot is right underneath of this. What am I doing? Does anybody know exactly where that one dude's at? The guy, the House of Hoslow or whatever guy. He's looking for his servant lady, and she's... I know they're somewhere around here. That's possible. Northeast of the city ruins. Thank you. Somewhere like in this area? Perfect. I feel like he's usually right here, isn't he? Maybe not. Where are you? Messages marking it. Around here? Did I progress too far for this too? Too far. Alright. Top building, not rocks. There he is.
Nolania. It's me, Dielos. Answer me, would you? Hello, friend. Tell me
hi.
if you know, would you?
the whereabouts of the hidden house of those despicable fiends, the recusants who hunt their fellow tarnished. They laid hands upon my servant Lanya, and I refused to let the insult stand. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood. I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message.
Yeah.
They laid hands upon my servant Lanya, and I refuse to let the tale of House... I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message.
Hmm. Interesting.
Ah, you again, is it? The recusants sent a lackey. Can you believe they invited me to join them? Now, after what they did? I can scarcely believe it myself. Did they think me a fool? You might be surprised to learn I took them up on the offer. Then I only had to ask. The location of the recusant hideout. It's on Mount Gelmir, found off the old road that leads west from the town of Windmills. That's where they hide. The manor on the peak. Just you wait, wretched recusants. You'll rue the day you insulted my name by laying hands on Lanya. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood, after all. It's on Mount Gel. That's where they... Just you wait. The tale of
Just another, like, example of somebody... Tragedy struck somebody and how they choose to deal with it.
Always good to see you safe. So,
like, this guy is literally dying and he's still helping us. His tone hasn't changed. He's not seeking revenge. Like, very healthy individual.
This is a black knife print. I can scarcely believe you managed to get your hands on this. You recall our conversation about the Night of the Black Knives, yes? They say the assassins who carried out the deed were scions of the Eternal City. A group entirely of women, arrayed in armor of silver under cloaks which fooled the eye. The knives they wielded, though, were imparted with the power of the Rune of Death through sinister rite. Please, I beg of you, lend me the knife print for a time. I'd love nothing more than to tease out its secrets. Though only a fragment, a very specific ritual had to be performed to impart the power of the Rune of Death. Traces of the one who performed the rite are sure to remain in the imprint. Half my body has been suffused with death. I'm certain it will help me see.
We've gotta have this.
Hello. I thank you. So what can I do for... Are you acquainted with a man named Roger? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind. No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already.
No, she doesn't. I don't think. Pretty sure she doesn't give a shit.
Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death.
Could be wrong.
When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside. Breaks them.
I don't know. Between the two of you, man, you look like the one that's literally, like, broken in half. So we get a little bit more evidence and story about what the Night of the Black Knives means. In a previous stream, we've discussed that one of the stages of ego death is something called the dark night of the soul, and it's where you confront your ego and you I mean, you can't kill your ego, right? Because it's a part of your psyche, but you kind of break it down and strip it away, and you start to reintegrate your true authentic self by going through this process. And Rajier tells us that these women come from the Eternal City. They are wearing silver armor, and we know silver to be kind of the color of, like, it's very split in half, right? Like, it's silver and gold. Gold definitely represents the consciousness. Silver definitely represents the unconsciousness. So these women from the Eternal City coming from see you, Jimmy. Coming from the unconsciousness to quote unquote kill the ego.
Would you like now? You are so very warm. I heard that you lent a hand to dear Roger. He seemed positively elated. He must be possessed of great mental fortitude. It anchors his will and sustains him, despite his grievous wounds. You truly are a champion. To dear Roger, and myself too. Then good day to you, my dear.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit tuning?
Nope.
Well, I took you for dinner. No matter, it's lay out your arms then.
Let's take somber, okay. He hates us.
Praetor Rykard is the lord of the volcano manor on Mount Gelmir. He is a ruthless justiciar who commands a company of inquisitors.
Come on, dude.
Reviled for his serpentine demeanor. The volcano, Mount Gelmir, lies in the west of the Altus Plateau. It was the stage of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering. Rykard has committed the grave sin of blasphemy, marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven.
Blasphemy, the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things. Oop. I can't sell you.
Back already, no matter.
Just kind of had a random thought about this great rune, and the fact that it first started with Godfrey and moved on to his offspring, and we know Godfrey to either spring from the Crucible or to come from that time frame, or he's definitely connected to the Crucible, and the Crucible being where all things were blended together and all life forms were kind of one thing. And it could be that is in fact why Godric is grafting all these different things onto his body, is because this rune originating from the Crucible still has those trace elements of that, where it's trying to reconjoin life back into a more even, all things conjoined type of thing. And the fact that he seems to have kind of reverence for the dragon could also point to that. I don't know that, and it could be that it symbolizes both. The anchor rune being part of the Crucible, and the Crucible being literally like the very early stages of the Erd Tree, could all kind of be one and the same. Do we know if these Twin Maidens are alive? They don't speak, do they? No, they don't speak. I definitely don't think that they're alive. Not really sure how they sell us stuff. Let's go. I guess we gotta kill the dragon, don't we? Alright, let's go do that. Yeah, me neither. I should go get one and we could do that really quick. Go get one and see what's going on here. I mean, we know the hunters come from the unconscious. It happens at the middle of the night. They come from kind of this ethereal plane. So let's keep that in mind as we... Yeah.
Hello. Here to learn.
Well. Commands would probably be useful. What are you doing? Just jump out the window? Oh, that is some bull. Yep. Yep, you really are. Bone Peddler's Bell Bearing. Let's read it up. Bell bearing of an unfortunate bone peddler who was slain by the bell bearing hunter. Bell bearing of an unfortunate bone peddler. Dude, that gives us nothing. Kind of. Kind of looks like Deathroot. Kind of looks like a Shabriri Grape. There's not much there. I have no idea why it's called a bell bearing. Those guys are definitely mysteries still. maybe. I mean, that kind of seems to be like the what's happening, but like it could just be as simple as a way for us to get more items. As boring as that sounds, it could be just strictly gameplay. From whose corpses? Ghosts don't need cash to do that. I don't think so. I'm not sure. The only one we like actually quote unquote face in the real world is at that one castle where they seem to kind of worship Melania. Maybe an answer is in there somewhere. Shaded Castle, yep. Yeah, that's another one thing I'd love to get a better understanding of is them kind of the Shaded Castle area and that house. The Onyx and Alabaster Lords I'd love to get a better understanding of. Yeah. Yep. I hope this channel gives you at least a little bit of, I don't know, maybe understanding. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Dude, that guy is just spamming the fuck out of that. Stop! Wow, that was annoying. Oh, good. Good, good, good. You know what? Pop some pills here. Yeah. Yeah, they're probably fucking pissed. It's like the old school, like, Tekken, where you could literally just, like, punch somebody's knees to death and just kind of, like, stun them. Oh my god. Okay. One thing that like we should also keep in mind as we're going about this game are there's certain characters who their body stays, and there's certain characters who, like, what's up, Adam? And there's certain characters who disappear into a mist. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we all get that feeling, Adam. Hope everything's okay, buddy. You're always welcome here. So, yeah, Aristo, when they die, like some just disappear, and some stay on the ground. Yeah, they all drop runes. Okay. Actual room with a number. Yeah, right. Like the little nugget. Some monsters drop nuggets. Others go directly to the... I'm not sure. Let's see. Crystal release. The sorcery is used by high-ranking adepts among the Crystallians. Some also call the sorcery the Crystal Sun. Meteorite summons a void that emits a rain of small meteorites. This sorcery originates from the Onyx Lords, who had skin of stone and were called lords in the reverential fear of their destructive power. Yeah, I feel you, Adam. I feel you. Oh, that's, I don't think I've ever noticed that. That's right over the Moonlight Altar area. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Terra Magica. Draws an Academy sigil upon the ground, raising the magic strength of those. Once the sigil would be cast from the highest belfry of the Academy, covering the entire institution's grounds. This spell allows such vivid experience of spellcasting process it turns many of fledgling into true sorcerers in a flash of newfound understanding. Yep. It's like they're getting plugged into the Matrix. They know Kung Fu. We were just talking about that. I just got my ass handed to me because they were spamming sorceries and... yeah. Definitely one way to cheese some bosses for sure. Guys, if you're new, I'd love for you to like the stream, watch some other stuff of mine. I think you get a kick out of it for sure. I'd love to get the like count up to 10 if at all possible. I need to go the other way. Oh, interesting. Not a big spell user. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you. Can I use my sword yet? Let's go. What's up? What's up? Hey, Aristo. What a beast. What a beast. Hi, Con? How do you say your name? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Try and get the stream up to 10. You dropped in at perfect timing. Need your help. Upcoming DLC bosses who'll show up. I think we're gonna fight Mikola. Yeah, you don't even want to know what happens. Something crazy. Like part of me thinks that Mikola is gonna be the end boss of the DLC, and it's gonna be kind of a situation where he kind of gets possessed by the Shadow Realm, and we have to kind of release him back to. Mikola is definitely like the answer, right? Like he's the key to it all. Is it New Game Plus? Oh, we're talking to me. Ow. Let's look into it. Folger bloom. A yellow flower that grows in lightning-struck lands. Material used for crafting, imbued with traces of lightning's essence. Not much there, dude. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, where the fuck is this dragon? Why, like, I'm so bad at remembering where things are at. I could definitely see the Glowmite Queen making an appearance. Oh, that would make sense that it would guide us towards the grave. That's a good thought. Okay, what's happening here? Dragon is back. Like south? Close to balloons. Okay, close to balloons. Here are balloons. West of Academy. Closer to here? Here? Okay, southwest of that, Grace. Thank you. Found him. Hup. This thing hits hard. Oh boy. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. How many times did I, like, beat the game? I've probably only beaten this game, like, 2 or 3 times. Well, a tougher fight. Oh, with Melania. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I love the Souls games. You know, Aristo, the best way to get better is to just stop summoning. You do that, and like, you have no choice but to, you know, GG. I can't imagine a tougher fight with Melania. That would be ridiculous. "12 hours, 3 days straight." Oh man, and how did you do it? Did you summon Tish, or what'd you do? Did you do it on your own without summons, though? Tish, yeah. Tish is... She's pretty badass. Melania's not your type. You don't like the rotting decay look. Ooh. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Pretty fucked up. Whoa, that was pretty sweet. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus, scared the shit out of me.
Oh, it's you. Thanks for your help there. That bloody finger was a thorn in my side. And now I'm finally rid of him. Here's a token of thanks. Please, take it. I may not have much time. I'm dying to see you. Eleonora. Violet Bloodyfinger. Yes, I've been tracking Eleonora for quite some time. She is the deadliest of all Bloodyfingers. She's felled many an old hand already, but in spite of her cessblood zealotry, Eleonora is a proud knight. If she comes for you, do not think twice. You must flee.
Do you see the sword I'm carrying?
Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again, if fate permits.
Raptor of the Mist, duck into a low stance, momentarily vanishing. If an enemy attack connects, avian wings will allow for a quick escape into the air. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, I didn't get it. There's 4 rings on there. Yeah. Is it the Erdtree seal? That's what I was trying to remember. I thought the Erdtree seal only had 3 rings on it. Move bottom to center in its current version.
Greetings.
Yeah. Four rings, top, left, right, and bottom, yeah. Top, left, and center. So if there's 4 here, not there. I wonder what the dating of it would be. Like, is it before the Erdtree? Like, did this exist before the Erdtree, or is this before Golden Order? Yeah, but the four was during the dragons. Gotcha. Is that on like a dragon seal or something? It's much more like whole, balanced. Golden Order seals? I don't think so. Let me see. Negative. Volcano Manor Town. Okay. Remind me of that when we get there. Because the seal of the Erd Tree is clearly this one, right? Like 3 runes. Okay, gotcha. So that 4th one must have been... Get choir vibes here from Bloodborne big time. Gotcha. Okay, dude. Thank you. I don't know. That'd be really cool. BRB. Hopefully this works. Sorry about that. One thing to keep in mind as we're going through this is that faith. I don't think I've ever actually noticed that there's a bird in there. Faith and Dude, what? Why is this thing freaking out? Faith and intelligence are dualities, right? Intelligence and scientific inquiry and progression, everything that comes with quote-unquote intelligence, usually ends up contradicting faith. And so faith and intelligence are at kind of constant battle with one another. Oh! What? Please don't kill me. Right. Seems that the Golden Order is the does have that going for it, since Radigan was married to both of these women and eventually went on to be kind of found the Golden Order. But Erdtree stuff and the Academy would be probably why they were at war to begin with. Okay. We see this in the Greater Will and in the Nox too. Banishing the Nox is most certainly it's because it contradicts everything that has to do with quote unquote a god. Right. I see the Nox being very similar to the story of the Illuminati and like the Catholic Church. Man. Gravity well. Somber smithing stone. Gravitational technique studied by the young Radon. His master was an alabaster lord with skin of stone. Yeah, that sword's pretty sweet. See, like his body stays here. Hard smithing stone drained of color. Huh. I mean, maybe, but I feel like we see a ton of alien shit that disappears. I wonder if the smithing stones have to do with the onyx and alabaster lords. Alien sex fiend was an old punk man. Too late. Yeah. Should I mean, he didn't really give me an opportunity to talk to him, though. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I see what you did there. Come on, baby. 3 more likes. Let's go. What? Oh, does he have to kill me? Just had kind of a thought that, so those Iron Virgins are holding a baby, and within their bellies is kind of like the atrocity, and they're wearing black, which is what we see Marika wearing in the opening, and they seem to be crying as well. And Marika's wearing black in the opening cutscene, and where it spits you out is Volcano Manor, which is the area of blasphemy. And blasphemy, which we uncovered kind of earlier, was it's speaking badly about a god or a particular faith. It's so I wonder if this area, the Volcano Manor and Rykard, represents the emotions of Marika that associate with this kind of losing your child and then going against the god. What's up, Cranky? How are you, my man? Well, this is not good. Are you been painting your house, huh? Inside or outside? Last summer I painted the whole the whole outside of my house. I mean, it definitely looks like I gotta go down. Can I jump that? No. 2 floors. And I rolled it all. I kind of enjoy painting, honestly. I like the simplicity of it and like how big of a change that it has on what you're doing. Because it was all one color, and I didn't want to like go through the process of covering up all the windows and all that kind of stuff. For me, it was just easier to do it in a roller. Wow, I do not have enough health. Yeah, I mean, covering up all the shit that you don't want painted is definitely half the work. See? He disappeared. Dude, I'm getting my ass handed here. What did you guys did you guys hear me about the Iron Virgins? Curious to know your guys' thoughts on that. Huh. Who do you watch everybody, Cranky? So I'm saying that, so in my theory, all the demigods are aspects of Marika's personality, right? So Rykard would be part of that. And we've kind of collectively come to the conclusion that it seems Marika had some sort of stillbirth or something similar to that caused her this inward look about herself and where she places her faith. And she also, Marika in the opening cutscene is wearing a black gown, and these Iron Maidens are crying, they're wearing black, they're holding a child, and where like the the arms come out, kind of the abomination is right from the area of the womb. And where these originate from is in this area of blasphemy, right? And blasphemy being the sacrilegious talk about a god and kind of condemning a religion or a faith. So I'm saying that Rykard and this area of fire resembling America's hatred towards the god that she once coveted. So I feel like it was a really good fit into our idea that they are indeed kind of different aspects of America's personality. And Rykard is all about killing gods and all that kind of stuff. So the main thing, I know they're gifts from Rykard to the rest of the family. We know they weren't as fucked up as they are now. But this one guy pointed out there is a spirit of a guy saying that she doesn't want one of the kids. And this one guy also pointed out about the growth of the dragon cult in Lindell and how the dragon cult was gaining more power in Lindell, which, in his opinion, could have started the ass of Godwin. Yeah, that could also be true, Aristo. Oh. Gotcha. So he's saying that the growth of the dragon cult in Lindell and how it was gaining more power was the cause of the assassination. That triggered a thought in my head. What if the greater will caused the stillbirth because America removed the death from Elden Ring, which caused her to look inward and eventually shatter? Isn't there a thing that people use to expose unwanted kids? And there's a line from Elena that if America's kids did not become gods or lords, they would become sacrifices. She did get stabbed in the womb, which is also pointed out by somebody. That's true. Death's and Death Shard. Interesting. So then you, Crazy, if I'm understanding you right, right, but you got to remember, like in this game, and I guess at least what I believe is that the demigod children are not her biological children, right? Like, I think that exist outside of the game. He was mentioning that Placidu 6 has a book regarding secret dragon cult spells that never arrived. In Lindell. Really? Thank you, Aristo. I think the how would somebody know that though? Is there like cut content or something? Crazy. The only thing I don't like about your theory is that I don't think that the greater will gives a crap which order we choose. Or anybody chooses. You can obtain it. Okay. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Where can you get it from? 100, yeah, keep pushing it. Go, go, go! Okay. Is because we know that the God, the greater will, is only interested with order. So I don't think that it gives a flying fart which order that is. Golden Order, any of the orders that we come up with later, any of that stuff. So I don't think it would give Marika, like, I don't think that would be a cause and effect thing. I think what's going on is that Marika just put her faith in the greater will, and all of these things, including, exercising the rune of death, everything that she did and all the faith she put into it, she still ended up with a stillborn. From a religious point of view, the Golden Order wants... Oh. 1 second. I wonder if you guys are going to be able to hear this. From this point of view, the Golden Order wants to rule all by itself. To have a dragon cult fester inside your kingdom by the hands of your golden boy is a concern. I don't know that I buy that, Cranky. Like the Golden Order, and I only say that because Golden Order incantations, it moves from Erd Tree incantations, which are only faith, to the Gold Tree or to the Golden Order incantations, which are both faith and intelligence. So it seems that it's willing to, I don't know. It's willing to join forces with other things to strengthen it, I guess. But the only question I have is why would she lose the child? Well, I think that could happen just like any person in the real world loses a child. Like, shit just happens, right? Greater Will is farming something in America is the latest in charge. Yeah, I think it's just natural causes. Yeah. What's up, Jake? What if, I don't know this is way out there, but what if Queen America is another Xerxes queen of Game of Thrones? Oh, Cersei? America slept with their own son. It's possible. I think the Occam's razor there is that those two came from Godfrey. Yeah. And Godfrey is very tied to the Crucible, and seems like omens and Crucible and misbegottens, all those kind of creatures were closely tied together. Dragon Cult Prayer Book. Oh, mighty God. Jeez, this might take me a while. I do not have enough health. Oh, what? Oh, for sure. Hey, I've died and gone to heaven. Oh shit. Dude, the reach on that is insane. Come on now. Do a lot of damage, but man, I take a lot of damage. I need more vigor. Open up. Come on. Oh, don't do it. You bastards. Yeah, Jake, it's not a bad idea, honestly. It's not a bad thought. Like, what? Okay, where did I just go? What'd you say, crazy? Oh. Oh, gotcha. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh boy. Dang, Jake. Ah! Later, buddy. Thanks for joining. Hey. Oh, come on. Quit it. Uh-huh. Whoa. So even though I don't always agree with how people get to their conclusions, I do like to see how people think. Maybe give you an angle you haven't thought about before. So the guy's theory was that Golden Order hired the Black Knife Assassins to kill Godwin because of Dragon Colt and Lindell. But I don't agree with it. Yeah. Instrument of torture used on nobles behind the curtain in Volcano Manor. Its numerous spikes pierce the flesh, then singe the wounds with the flame. The smell of burnt blood induces despair in the victim. Candlestick received by a thorough mind. Conceived by a thorough mind. Yeah. It was meant for Lindell's dragon cult. Yeah, that is really interesting. Does it say in the description of it that it's a secret book? Or what makes it secret? Interesting. Inverted tower in Langer. Can I get to it now? You're saying it's somewhere over in here? Oh, is that he drops that, right? I think I already gave that to Muriel then. Dragon Cult Prayer Book. Prayer Book of the Capital's Ancient Dragon Cult, a text of their knight's faith that arose after the War of Czech, can be... If that's the one, it doesn't say that it's secret. Yeah. But I also agree with the idea of law's causality and law of regression concept. Also, somebody mentioned spiral yesterday and came across that video. What's the Cranky? What concept are you talking about with the law of causality and stuff like that? Yeah. So things are just set in stone, and the reason why there are things happening the way they are.
The Erd Tree is close. Only a little further till the foot of the Erd Tree. And the accord is fulfilled. It takes me back. I was born at the foot of the Erd Tree, where Mother gave me my purpose. Though now, everything is lost to me. I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live, burned and bodiless.
So they give the example of water and moonlight. You know the moonlight is reflected in water. You know this. You can see this. It's a factual thing. But then if you poke it with something, the ripples in the water, causes things to look different. But at its core, still moonlight showing in the water. Don't say it's a secret. Just talks about Fortis Hex God when informing the Dragon Cult. Alright, let's yeah, definitely watch them. Sounds interesting. Lost tome that never reached the lands between. Contains red lightning incantations. Whoop. I'm struggling with the connection between the prayer book and like why the theorist is connecting it to like the Golden Order planning to kill, because like really the assassination of Godwyn was the beginnings of the downfall of the Golden Order. I could see how, like, if somehow the Golden Order strengthened after it, but it's very much the opposite. Oh, this fucker. I'm hitting you hard, dude. Like I said, God when making friends, which is red, and the Golden Order is gold. Basically, the Golden Boy is open to other concepts, becoming best buds with dragon. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll just have to, I guess I'll just have to watch it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the Golden Order makes, like, it makes an emphasis to almost wrap its arms around other things, like intelligence, that, and like Ratigan is red, and he's literally the Golden Order. Like, I don't know. I guess I just need to watch it. But the fact they say America in the intro video itself just means that it can't be the Golden Order, you know? It's factual shit that we shouldn't overlook. What do you mean by that? They say America in the intro video itself. Yeah. Yeah. There's a... Right. Yeah, with that theory, there's just a lot of, like, reaching and kind of cherry picking of certain things. Yeah. And the fact that they fight like Melina and they're all related to America, which I think again kind of fits the theme of what we're talking about here. But yeah, well, I'm curious. They reckon he didn't become Elden Lord because of his armor? Okay. I'm interested. Right. And they're saying because he didn't take it off. That's weird. I think that's that is, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, but like again, if we go one step further into that idea, like we have to take off our everything before we even get into the door. So it's not like we get in the door and we can get touched or not get touched, if that makes sense. Like, I think that his armor is just a visual for the fact that he did indeed get kind of taken over by the frenzied flame. So, to me, it makes a lot more sense that he went to the frenzied flame after his maiden died. Like his maiden died, and this traumatic event, like we've seen over and over again in this story, caused him to go mad and embrace chaos. There is a Vike trapped in the cell without the frenzied flame. Yeah. Fully into the dragon stuff. Lord Contender of Jail. Right, but don't you think that that's just who he was before Madness? Like he's kind of locked in time there? For sure. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth like looking into and stuff. It's just some of the theories are if you just like you get one or two steps down the like logic train and you're like, well that just doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, I mean, to me, those ever jails are like it's either where you're holding somebody captive, or it seems to be like a time capsule kind of thing. Like a memory almost. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I like to stream, because like I think that it's such an important like it's such an important thing to give insight as to why you're thinking the things that you are, and then to have a sounding board to like to talk against. Yeah, Shabriri can definitely take over people's bodies, it seems like. The Frenzied Flame Vike is actually an invader, so it's more like, what if X happened? Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I think that he is like, yeah, he's kind of like protecting the sanctity of her. I agree with that. But I don't think invasions necessarily mean like, what if X happened? I think it's just he's invading our world. Just as like we can do in multiplayer. What the fuck was that? So then, so the real Vike, the one that's trapped and the one that we know in our world, I wonder who or why he is trapped there. Because again, I think the storytelling is just that you're seeing him at his when he's in the Everjail, you're seeing him as Lord Contender Vike, like as that person at his the pinnacle of kind of his power. And then his maiden dies, and you see just exactly how far off the cliff he dives, and like, because he went against the Golden Order. Is that what the the video said that you were watching? That's why you thought he was there. Yeah. I don't know, because like, if we look at the other Golden Order or the other Everjails, it's not like it's strictly because the Golden Order like put them there, right? Like if the Golden Order was worried about anybody, they should be worried about Ronnie, and like the fact that Ronnie's traitor is trapped in Everjail. To me, like it's already that thought, the logic of that is already kind of like flawed. Nobody has a maiden. So the best thing that I never thought about, but these videos did bring up, is how nobody has a maiden, and the closest thing we had with maidens were killed by bickering of men. Yeah? Makes Aristo very sad. Right. Yeah. Like, it seems like yeah, that's I wonder if it's tarnished get maidens, or if it's like the guides of grace, if you can see that and it's pointing you towards the Elden Ring, if that's where you get a maiden. Well, we can read the item description. Maidens live to serve a chosen tarnished. So it's not every single tarnished, but it's a chosen one. Who's a fake? Melina. Like, I think that what's happening with these other quote-unquote Lord contenders is that in the face of, you know, trauma, it's like kind of how they deal with it is whether or not they become Elden Lord. Like, are they able to keep their composure and keep moving forward, or do they crumble and kind of go mad? That seems to be the common theme between, and it's all related to that they lost kind of their maiden, the only one that kind of guides them through this world. Chosen one, because they even killing maidens when you spawn in. Yeah. I might have to go, boys. I'm gonna work on seeing if I can get this Streamlabs thing to work for tomorrow's stream, but I'll schedule another one. Might do it for later in the day and see if we can get a few more people in here. But as always, guys, thank you so much for joining in and for all the likes and stuff like that. I'll be on tomorrow, and see you guys later. Oh, dude. Yeah, you should have looked at my... Do you use Streamlabs? My audio was like crackling and all sorts of shit. See you guys. Yeah, so I was I have remote play with my PS5 and like everything's working really well, but I'll hit you up on Discord and see what's going on. Maybe when I'm doing a test you can just hop in and give me some insight, but I'll let you know on Discord when I'm gonna do that. Alright guys, I am out. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Yeah.